What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you a Drop Zone gameplay with my buddy Samal. And this is a game mode I kind of slept on when it was first released on Modern Warfare 3, and it's a game mode I've kind of gotten into as a whole. And it kind of highlights the aspects of being a team player and how fast or how pivotal people playing the objective can be. And it's a really fun game mode. If you haven't really explored into it, I suggest you do it because, wow, lots of fun. Kind of hectic at times, but in the end result, it makes the wins more satisfying. Speaking of satisfying wins, I want to talk about something I've seen in Black Ops 2 recently. A buddy, well, not a buddy of mine, but a guy named Trademark was talking to me and telling me about this thing called a League Play badge. And basically what it is when you play League Play in Black Ops 2, you get a badge that would give you this extra rank, almost like the StarCraft ladder system. I don't know how many of you guys out there play StarCraft, but it had a ladder system, like it would take over your normal rank. You would basically play against public matches and just free for all whatever, and they'd keep track of that. Or it'd be something along the lines of playing in a public match in Call of Duty. And then on the other side, once you actually decided to take it a little bit more serious, like a rank mode, almost like Halo, you would get a ranking system, and it would show you how you stack up against the players that you face in League mode. And I really enjoy that aspect of the game. I'm really going to enjoy like a ladder type system in the game itself because it allows you not to concentrate on superficial stats to prove that you're better than someone, and allows you to actually see how good of a player you are and how well you're improving. And these things, in my book, are some of the things that actually will push the game forward. I don't know how many of you guys actually followed me when I played Modern Warfare 2. But when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I had a mission, and my mission was to be the #1 on the kills leaderboard on the PlayStation 3. And I was in the top 100 for the first month of PlayStation on Modern Warfare 2 existence. And I was fighting hard. You know, there'd be guys like, you know, I think the highest #1 ever got ahead of me was like 8,000 kills. And that's a lot of kills. It is. But you gotta understand, most of the people above me were boosters. And they were boosting their butt off, and nobody took them out. But then, when I think I topped out at 88. My rank was 88 on kills overall. And then all of a sudden, the people cracked the code on Modern Warfare 2, and all of a sudden I went from 88 to like 12,000. And all the time that I invested into that game mode, or into those kills, and playing, and putting bandages on my fingers, and, you know, pretty much losing sleep, was all for nothing. Even though it's all for nothing in the long run, but I didn't get that overall satisfaction that I was beat by another human. And like, even though I wasn't getting it to begin with, because like, I'd say almost 40 of the top 80, of the top 87 people above me were boosting kills in some form or fashion. I still would have felt better knowing that I lost to somebody actually investing time than somebody that just pretty much flipped over and clicked the switch. And that's something else I look forward to in Black Ops 2. And Call of Duty Elite as a whole, which I'm going to get back to you in just a second. In Black Ops 2, I'm hoping they do a better job at controlling the leaderboards. And why am I talking about controlling the leaderboards when I switch from League Play? Because for League Play stats to matter, you're going to have to stop people from being able to boost their win-loss against other players. I don't know how many guys actually out there played Halo 3, but in Halo 3, you would basically have what you call derankers, and they would derank themselves and they'd fight newbie players and get big beastly gameplays. And who's to say that you couldn't have somebody that was, you know, somewhat good, would boost himself up on public games, and then come and play with his friend who sucks ass, but they would just give him free wins, and every match would be a setup in that aspect. That you need to have something along the lines here to either report or to guideline against this type of, scorelord boosting, because a good rank should be something a good player has. If you're not a good player, you shouldn't have a good rank. You should have to earn something of that nature, and it should be, you know, a reward for, you know, dedication and constant being able to play Call of Duty, and even loyalty. Like if you're a high level Call of Duty player, you've most likely bought the last 4 or 5 games of Call of Duty. You've invested a lot of time in there. And your money and time should be invested with you being able to use skills that other people haven't attained yet. But that's just my opinion on these things. And then it moves over to Call of Duty Elite. I don't know if you guys actually bought Call of Duty Elite during the Modern Warfare 3 era, but I did. I bought 2 copies of it. I bought one for the PlayStation 3, and I bought one for the Xbox 360. I bought them at the same time. They had $120 plus tax. And I don't feel like I got my money's worth out of them. And I feel like I was kind of had because they didn't really patch the game or control the leaderboards as well as they should. Because I had a buddy that was running the domination leaderboard on the PS3 on Modern Warfare 3, and he would basically, he was in the top 10 for a long time, and all the people above him were like boosting. Like, he legitimately was the #1 guy. I mean, there might have been one guy out of the 8 that was more legitimate than him, but you couldn't tell the difference because everybody was boosting above him. And he would keep up with the boosters because he just he invested lots and lots of time into the game. And like, that time investment, even though some people might see it as sad, it's what some people like to do. Just like some people like to buy new cars, some people like to buy new houses, some people like to collect magazines. That's what he did with his free time. He liked to strive to be something or be noticeable on the leaderboards in Call of Duty. And I feel like if you're paying money for Elite, that's $60, some of that should justify as having some sort of moderator on the leaderboards. It doesn't have to be an individual job or have somebody just sit there constantly scrolling through. Even if it's just a coding and then having a person look over it once a week, that $60 in Call of Duty Elite should justify that without having to actually pay for a subscription to Call of Duty Elite itself. What do you guys think on that? And another question I have with Call of Duty Elite, are you guys buying it again? The reason I ask this is because I don't feel like I got my money's worth in Modern Warfare 3. Obviously, I didn't use all the features. Hell, I've never used the clan feature. I never used the Elite Ops feature. I never used anything of that nature. But I still feel like, it wasn't worth the money because all I really bought it for was the map packs. That was the main selling point. And even then, I didn't really use the map packs. Are you guys going to wait on Call of Duty Elite, or are you basically going to buy it right out the gate again? For those of you who are still here and haven't been bored out your mind from my monotone voice, I'm actually going to be on Play at the Objective tonight at 5 Eastern. And, it's 6 Central, but it's 5 Eastern my time. So, no, how's that work? No, it's going to be 6 Central, so it's going to be 7 my time. I think that's how that works. And hopefully it's going to be a very fun show. I'm going to try to bring my best to the show and bring some of that Painkiller Already swag into it. And speaking of Painkiller Already, a lot of people ask me about this all the time. When is it coming back? Painkiller Already should be back this week. And if everything goes right, it will be back this week. And it will be pretty cool and epic. Hopefully, I don't know what platform we're going to be using Painkiller Already on again. I don't know if we're going to use it on YouTube again or Google Hangout. But we'll figure it out. Hopefully, we'll let you know something about it in the next couple of days. It's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. If you could, please check out my Dishonor series. It's a really cool series I have on my secondary channel, which will be in the description. And as always, rating the video has helped me tremendously. And if you like what you've seen, you can please subscribe. It's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'm Audi 5000. Peace, pimps.
Yo, 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 word to your fucking mother. It's your boy, Wings of Redemption, and I'm here to slam a motherfucking hater in the face. And that's right, I'm literally slamming a hater in the face, because this is Dome gameplay on free-for-all. And there's a little blood feud in the back of this game. There was a guy named Schmitz HD, YouTube #1 in the game, and he did not like the fact that I was in the game camping, ruining his gameplays. So I'm going to go ahead and include some of the text or some of the back and forth me and him had toward the end of the game on the end of this video. Very cool text. It kind of shows you how bad his mentality is, and it's generally the mentality of a loser. Straight up. There's some other things I want to use this video to do as a platform to convey. And one of those would be congratulate my buddy Dimitri. For those of you who don't know, FPS Russia actually got his start on my channel itself. And he used to do gameplay commentaries using only manly Russian weapons. And he kind of spawned on and started doing the real life thing, and it took off for him. And big ups to Dimitri for actually getting on national television. If you haven't seen Dimitri on television yet, you can see it on the new Black Ops trailer. He's actually the Russian guy, hello crazy horse lady. Very cool. Big ups. And some more big ups for us is Painkiller Already is returning tonight. It's been 3 weeks since we got the strike that took us off of YouTube in the middle of it. And we're going to return tonight with Road to Black Ops 2. But we're not going to be returning to YouTube, per se. We're going to be doing it on Twitch TV. And I don't know if we're going to have the webcams or anything like that. I don't know all the details yet. But you can find us at 8 Eastern. on Twitch TV on Woody's account. I'll be linking Woody's account below to you if you don't know where it is or you're unfamiliar, you don't have a Twitch account. They're free. You should check it out. It's a really cool live streaming service. They've always been good to me. They've always been really friendly and courteous, and they have one of the best gaming live stream things out there. Some of the best setups you could possibly get. But we're going to be doing Road to Black Ops 2. If you don't know what Road to Black Ops 2 is, we basically call up GameStops, Walmarts, any place that might actually sell a copy of Black Ops 2, and we try to convince people to kind of take a couple off the pallet from us. We're not going to steal them. No. We're not stealing them at all. To steal them would mean we're unwilling to pay for them. We're more than willing to pay for them and pay the person a finder's fee for capturing them before street date. So basically what we do is we offer to pay for the game up front. You give them the $60. They keep it in the store itself, and when the game goes live or the street date breaks, they pay for the game. Then you give them money on top that they actually get to put into their pocket and go up on the merry way for taking the risk of maybe losing their job or something like that, sneaking an item out the store before the street date. Because a lot of people don't understand, the street date is not a law. The street date is like a rule that the distributors set out for you. Basically, they want that they set marketing dates, and they set all their marketing up to that date, and they don't want you to sell the game before their marketing is complete, because it feels like they're wasting money. So check us out tonight. Painkiller already. Road to Black Ops 2. It's going to be 8 Eastern. And without further ado, here's some of these messages this butthole sent me. Hey, all I got to say is this, Schmidt. I won 8 games. You won 2. What's the score? What's the score, baby? Peace.
Rows of houses all bearing down on me. I can feel their blue hands touching me. All these things into position. All these things one day slow.
What's up? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm about to bring you a motherfucking smackdown. And it's not gonna be a high-scoring gameplay. But look here, son. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about something that's kind of controversial, and it's kind of everything in between, and it's kind of the basis of everything, and all these motherfucking haters you see in the comments, they want to hate. Hating does nothing but put negativity in your heart, son. Quit doing it. So look at it this way. Let's go ahead and talk about the thing I always happens on my channel is, why do you camp? I don't know why people come to my channel and expect rushing gameplay. I don't. I try everything in my power to kind of, put out there is no rushing gameplay on my channel. Keep in mind, there's sometimes rushing-like gameplay on my channel, but the fact is, my style, my basis, the way I play Call of Duty in every shooter that will ever exist or ever going to exist is a defensive route. The reason is because I'm not the greatest Call of Duty player out there, but the fact is, I hold myself to a standard that a great Call of Duty player would. And that means I want to win, I want to do well, and I want to die very little. This is how I enjoy the game. I enjoy the game from dying as little as possible. And I also enjoy the whole side effect of how it frustrates people when they get killed by the same person the same way. And I always look at the game as like a chess game. What do you mean, like a chess game, Wings? Well, I look at the game like a chess game because if I'm the same fucking piece on the chessboard and I beat you 6 times, 5 times, 3 times in a row, and you can't figure it out, in Call of Duty mannerisms, that means I'm a bad player because somebody else died 3 times to the same person and they can't figure out how to counter it. Every Call of Duty I've ever played up to this point has had spots and counter spots. There's always a counter spot to everything to it. Just like the video I put on Jungle. One of the big head glitches on Jungle was behind the 2 barrels right before the bridge that shot into the C flag on Domination. That spot was almost unbeatable. But the fact is, I showed people how to beat that spot. And as soon as that spot came up and open, people could break out of that spawn trap. And don't ever think that somebody has a clipping spot that's unbeatable. There's no clipping spot that's unbeatable. There's just ways you got to figure it out. And if you're not using your brain, if you're not figuring out why somebody's doing something, and if somebody's constantly beating you with the same style, guess what? They bested you at that point. How many times have you been you've been running on a good streak or about to get that kill streak, and that motherfucker with Ghost kills you and he runs to another corner? In free for all, this is more noticeable. Like, you'll get killed from a guy in a corner and you'll catch him running to another corner. But the fact is, even though you win more gunfights than him, even though everything else, that moment in time he had the drop on you. Because Call of Duty isn't basically a accuracy simulator. It's a game mode that's more like chess than anything else. You put your pieces on the board, you slowly move your piece around the board, and you engage other pieces, the horses, the rooks, the knights. You engage them all with whatever gun of your choice, and the person with the most advantage or the most drop time on the other person generally wins the gunfight. Every now and then, individual gun skill and twitch can help you tremendously in these situations, but just like this guy jumping through the window. He didn't know where I was at. I was using a silencer. I killed his buddy, turned around, boop, there's a free kill. There was nothing technical or skillful about that kill other than the fact that, oh, right place, right time. And if you even think about it or even, simmer on it just a little bit, most of the game is right place, right time. I mean, when you get to an MLG level, everybody kind of knows where the power points on the map are going to be, and they're going to assume that you're going to be in those power points, and then it becomes counter spots. What do I need to get this guy out of this spot? What do I need to get this flag here without people stopping me? What do I need to run these cutoffs? And these are all things that people kind of overlook. I mean, I never understood why people are so dead set on something being running around the map skillful. I understand it's entertaining to watch, but the fact is not everybody has to be that. Not every channel has to be the most entertaining, method of whatever. Like, if you like to watch Russian gameplay, guess what? Sandy Ravage puts out gameplay. Guess what? There's 15 other thousand commentators that put out Russian gameplay. I mean, there's very, very little guys to actually concentrate on actually, breaking down the game, breaking down the maps, using their environment, taking all these other short ends to pick up for what the majority of the Call of Duty community don't have, which is Twitch reflexes. For the most part, 90% of the community are about a 1 KD. The majority of the game are around a 1 KD. And for these people, some people don't care, and that's fine. You're always going to have a big venue of people that just don't give a shit. But some people are actually trying to get better and just don't understand how to get better. And not everybody's gifted with the hand-eye coordination. If we were all masters of hand-eye coordination, we'd have 1.5 million baseball and football players in the world. But we don't. There's people that don't make the team, but even if you don't make the team doesn't mean you're not allowed to have fun and you're not allowed to do well because you can't use your reflexes to beat somebody else. There's other venues in the game itself. Here's a great example. The Spartan Warriors. The Spartan Warriors used tactics to beat the Persian Empire. And even though their tactics were superior of the Persian Empire, and they eventually lost, 300 people held off the Persian army for I forgot how, it's an undisclosed point of time because the historians can only speculate, but they did it with strategy. But also remember that Alexander the Great burnt Sparta to the ground, and he did it with strategy as well. There's all kinds of strategies that can be used. Hitler used strategy against Russia. They pushed Russia back, but the fact is Russia's sheer numbers actually beat them out in the hole. And you should employ what strategy is best used in that scenario. If you need to win a game and you have to rush, you rush. If you have to win a game by not dying, you camp. You don't die. If you need to hold an area so your team can get a flag, you do that too. Don't hold yourself to these fake, alternate, false rules. And then, please, don't come on other people's videos and, criticize them for not living by imaginary rules and structure. There's nothing in the manual that says that you have to move around every second of the game. There's nothing in the manual that says it's an arcade shooter, so please don't worry about dying. And the game is there. The game is for you to play. It's a sandbox type game. Enjoy it. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Please leave a rating. What up, Playboys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. It's about time we go check up on my desk. I figure I'd go and bring you guys along with me. I'm using the iPhone to record, so I can't show you the ride over or anything like that. The truck's fucking filthy too. Look at this fuck. Filthy, son. I'm trying to get the camera here. Just back it off a little bit. Fucking retarded. Beard looking straight. It's getting nice and thick. I'm gonna have my fucking Sage Francis beard here soon. So let's go ahead and go over to my buddy Danny's, see what the desk is looking like, and hopefully you guys stick around for some Painkiller ready tonight. People always ask me, I've always heard you're clean from Woody. Check out float bolts. I mean, shit. Let's get a good look at this. I mean, the back seats got some stuff in it, but it's by no means breaking the bank.
Plus, I won't make the same mistake on your other one. It will get a coat of polyurethane on the bottom to seal it. This stuff works just like anything else. If it isn't sealed, it soaks in. And your feet are on it.
What happened right there?
When I knocked a can of paint, remember I told you I grabbed the door and was falling? The bar used to be over there. And the gallon of paint was on top of the bar. The only thing I know, I'm going to have to sand it, and then I'm going to have to put like a coat of polyurethane. What I didn't like was this didn't bother me. It was that little spot right there. Like 33 inches, and I'd take it like this, and I had to hold it on one end and try to skim it all the way down. And those little line marks you saw in it?
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
where you set the...
No, it's where it was dripping.
Yeah.
And I went to set it back down, and you see drip marks running all the way down. It didn't settle in. It didn't.
You think the sanding's going to take most of that out?
I know it will. I'm saying it'll take out anything. I was scared last time to actually use my sander. I have a really nice sander, and I was afraid to use it because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I know how polyurethane does. When you do polyurethane, you can sand the shit out of it. It don't make no difference. The next coat covers it right up. It fills in the scratches, makes it look pretty.
This shit right here is a lot more expensive.
Well, it flows. I don't like this stuff.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean... I had the house set at the temperature it said. Everything. I did everything the way it said. To me, it seems like it should have been hotter so the stuff would flow better, but it don't flow.
So you
I
gave
told
up on
Russ,
your...
by the time I finish this second one, I'll be an expert at this shit. The shit's... I mean, it covers... No, it doesn't. We used a gallon and a quart on that one piece. A gallon and a quart. I told you I would have took I told you need 2 gallons. The good thing about the other one is it's a little bit narrow and it's shorter. It's only 6 foot. So it'll be easier to maneuver around. That was another thing about this, clearing out enough room around it so that I could work on it.
How'd you get in the house?
Me and her carried it in here.
Damn, you had to have me to flip it around, but y'all could carry it fully assembled
Well,
in
that's
here?
because I didn't want to wait for you to come over here. I wanted to move it in there and get it done.
Damn.
It hurt her bad enough to where she couldn't do nothing for 30 days. So it's pretty
Was the top already on it?
No, I put the top on it in here.
Oh, it ain't that heavy without the top on it.
I think I did. Yeah, I mounted the top outside. I don't know. I can't remember. Let me think about it.
That top probably weighs 70 pounds.
No, I put the top on it in here. There's all the stuff. Because I put the adhesive on it, and then she helped me set the top on it. No, I put the top on it. No, I don't know, dude.
Pepper.
That bottom, without the top on it, weighs 260 pounds.
Yeah, but 2 people picking it up, you're only going to pick up 130
It weighs a lot
piece.
more than that now.
Yeah.
All that adhesive that I put on it.
See, it's going to be a bitch loading it in that truck, especially if we use my truck. Whew. We're going to pick it like almost 200 pounds up a piece, shoulder high.
It'll be all right. 2 of us can do it.
Yeah. Ain't going to be fun, though.
Why are you videotaping me?
YouTube money.
It's going to be a pretty desk when it's finished.
I can't wait to get it in my room. I bought a 28-inch monitor, and my current desk situation can't fit the 28-inch monitor on it and keep other stuff on the desk as well.
28-inch monitor.
Yeah.
For your front monitor?
Yeah. I bought a 28-inch, and I'm going to take the other 2 and use them as peripherals.
You already had. So what about the big TV?
The big TV's going on there as well, but I'm going
Well,
to...
you're going to leave the big TV on what it's on right now for
Yeah.
bringing the other piece. All the rest of that crap can come down.
Yeah, I got to change video cards as well. Because my current video card setup only allow me to put 2 monitors on it. So I got to go up to a 6 series GeForce to get the...
You're using 3 now.
I'm using 2 now. The TV's...
2 plus the one you got, your original.
Yeah, the TV is hooked up on its own.
But you still had it as you still could use it as a monitor, couldn't you?
Well, I can't hook it. The computer only takes 2 monitors at a time. The video card I have on it right now will only allow me 2 monitors. So I couldn't hook the TV and both monitors up. So I had to go to a video card that can hold more than 2 monitors, which is a 6 series. So I'm going to have to pull what I have out and put a couple 6 series in. That's probably looking at another, I don't know, $500-600 there. And then we got probably what? You got the stuff to build the desk, right? Like the actual putting it together.
Not all of it.
The trim work, 2x4s.
That's what I don't have enough of, trim work.
Yeah, so we got to buy.
Because we decided to put more on this, remember?
So we got to buy more trim work. We got to buy more polyurethane. We got to buy more of this epoxy stuff. What you're saying?
Well, you knew you had to buy more epoxy.
You think a gallon will handle just a smaller one?
Yeah. I'm not putting any more on here.
Yeah. You still got some left over out the court.
No.
So both of them are in. You can't put no more on there.
I'm not. I mean, if we buy more, I'm not. I have to put more on this when I hook the other piece up.
Yeah.
So I have to have enough left. When I put the 2 pieces together, I can put that piece, the stuff in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put it. And that'll be easy to work because it's only going to be a little space like that. So that won't have any problem working it. Problem's going to be you touching it.
Yeah.
You don't run a ceiling fan in there, do you?
Oh, all day.
You're not going to be able to run a ceiling fan.
And we got that tile flooring in there now, so.
That don't matter. We'll put cardboard down it. I mean, it's only going to be a little spot. That's gonna
No,
be
no.
done.
No, I was talking about the air moves, like, almost like a you know, it just circulates really well in the room now since there's no
Well, it's
carpet.
like your vents. We have to make sure your vents don't blow towards the desk.
Yeah,
When
the
but
desk
it's just, remember, it's
the
just
desk
gonna,
is going to be sitting out of
well,
under.
just remember, it's just going to be a little spot like this.
Yeah.
But you still don't want it to, the ceiling fan to push it away like it did here.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to put it in, and then it pushes it up, makes two big
Don't
humps.
put big old ripples on it.
No, it'll put humps. It'll move the stuff out onto what was already dry. You know how it does, you take a fan or you blow in the water, right?
Yeah.
Well, imagine doing that in something, and as soon as you blow in it, it moves and stays there.
Yeah.
Stuff's so thick, when it pushes it, it dries there.
So basically what he's telling me is I'm going to lose probably 3 or 4 days of work.
No, it's just going to be one spot. Your stuff, all you do, like, how do I say it? You sit here like this. Your monitor sits over here, right?
Yeah.
Right? You don't put anything like right here. That's
Yeah.
the only spot I'm going to be doing. You're just going to move everything down about 8, 12, 14 inches. So I'm just going to be doing the spot where I connect the two desks. The only thing that I'll be working on once you've got it set up is that one spot. And it can be done on your weekend when you're off, whatever days you take off.
Take
In
the
other words,
weekends
I can
off.
piece the two pieces of desk together and it's usable. And then when you're willing to take off 3 days together, whatever, we'll just move. We don't have to take anything off the desk, just move it down. You're only talking about working in a spot that big.
Yeah.
On the 10-foot by 6-foot desk. Okay.
It's a fucking huge desk.
Well, you figure 8 foot plus 2 foot, it's 10 foot. And then you got from that out, you got another 4 foot.
Yeah.
So it's 10 foot by 4 foot.
I can't wait to get it. Like I said,
Well, this will be coming soon enough, as soon as it dries.
I bought a $400 monitor, and it's been
But
sitting.
I do need you to get me another gallon of polyurethane. That I need now, because if I'm going to sand it, I can't put anything on it unless I have it.
You know,
See, the thing is, it won't let me thin. I read, you can read it too if you want, don't believe me, but I read it, and it will not let you thinning it. I can't thinning this.
Yeah.
It won't let me.
You sand it down, then it.
No, I can't thinning to put a thin coat over top of something.
Yeah.
It doesn't let you do that. You mix one, you mix the other, and you put it on. And I tried brushing it. Trust me, that don't work. They're full of shit. You can't brush that shit.
But brush marks in it.
Brush marks. It puts. It's like brushing mud.
I figured you'd have to take something like one of those paint sticks that you
I
swirl
did
paint
use
with.
the brush. Threw the brushes away too. Both times I used the brush to put it on the molding around the edge. I mean, because granted, it drips. It dripped a lot.
Yeah.
The thing is, when it drips over the edge, you see those heavy drip marks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look like snot coming out.
Well, it looked like a movie where everything is healthy.
Yeah.
Over your edges. So after it did that, I just took the stuff and.
We bit off more we could chew with the epoxy, huh?
I don't like the epoxy. But
Low salesmanship at its finest.
no, one way of learning anything is you have to do it.
That girl said she put it on herself and it was easy.
She's full of shit.
Full of shit.
Well,
What's up, Playboys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And this is the weekend. It's the weekend I generally try to spotlight somebody, or I try to do something in the way of helping out a smaller channel in some form or fashion. And today's channel is not really a commentator in the slightest. I've never seen him commentate anything. He basically likes to put shenanigans out there. And I'm going to show you, this next video is actually going to be a very fucking funny video of him playing around with people that just are oblivious that he's there. And he has this really cool trick where he likes to set tack inserts up with C4. Check it out. His channel will be in the description below. Tell me what you think about it. Peace.
isn't the last we will be seeing of Brock.
That was pretty classic.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Hell no.
Come on, take it on, son. Lend me your ear.
What, you trying to get that Joe Cocker shit going?
Yeah, the Joe Cocker shit, son. The old school shit. We going old school today.
Old as bones, or like a lich.
Yeah, well, most people that... The series has kind of been unnamed for a while, and we still don't have a motherfucking name for it. But generally, after we do Chaos Theories on Saturday, we follow it up with just a random-ass topic on Sunday.
That might be it. Random-ass topic.
Yeah, random-ass topics for Chaos Math and shit.
There you go.
Fucking Pyramid Eyes, Illuminati, and motherfucking shit. But I want to do this week on you.
On me?
The math.
Oh, no. You want to talk about me?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Most people don't know that you do most of the music that's on my channel. And just like I recently did just last night, I did a video with Night of the Living Dead, and I called it Public Domain Theater. And I don't think a lot of people understand rules about copyright and things like that. And because people, like, one of the first things people said, why don't you do Dawn of the Dead? And it's like, Dawn of the Dead's copyrighted, pimp.
Yeah, you can't fuck around with that shit.
And like you don't really want to fuck around with like anything that's got a copyright on it, because it can really hurt your channel. So what you got to do is you got to find somebody that actually makes music and has pretty good music in itself, and pretty much promote them in exchange for using their music. And I didn't find Mr. Chaos Math for his music. That just happened to be a perk of his friendship. And like, I'm one of these kind of people that doesn't like to use people just to use people. Like I don't like being like, hey, can I get a song made? I think I've asked you for like one song the entire time I've ever known you.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, we met through Onslaught.
Actually, I think we met through. I called you. Somebody asked me what was the best channel out right then, and I remember seeing your channel and you had that Mario thing.
Yeah,
and that's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Mike helped get that video out there when I first started out on YouTube. But yeah, the music thing. I mean, it's definitely in the last since I started doing this series with you, and I've been on Painkiller already a couple times, and but yeah, that's sort of my big story is being a musician, and that's sort of my background, and I haven't really been able to bring that to the forefront of my channel yet. I wanted to, and I dabbled around with it here and there, but yeah, that's kind of my deal. I'm an instrumentalist, so
I think a lot of people that listen to this videos heard some of your stuff and didn't realize it too. You did the theme song for Woody's Gamer Tag as well, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. You can hear my music on a lot of places. Yeah, I did Woody's intro, that the little blues guitar thing. I did that like a year ago. And I've done music. I've let you use my music. Sandy Ravage has used it. I did a bunch of stuff for Onslaught. Pardon the Dashboard. Sergeant Merrill. Just a whole bunch of stuff where, and for me, the cool thing was, cause see, the thing is, like, I grew up, I was in bands, I was an instructor, I taught drums for a while, I taught guitar for a while, I was a studio musician, I played in a cover band, I played in original bands. I mean, I've just been eating, living, and shitting music since I was a teenager. And then I sort of moved into a period in my life where, I got married and had kids and I was working all the time, and I just have just hours and hours of music that I've made throughout the course of my life. And at some point it was like, wow, I can actually, share this shit with people. And then, yeah, you were like, oh, when I started, people were interested in putting in their videos. It was like, oh, well, this is the next best thing to getting your stuff on the radio. I mean, there's thousands of people get to hear it. So it's been really cool.
I gotta say, one of my favorite songs, well, two of the favorite songs you've ever done was Juggernaut and Event Horizon. And,
yeah,
you knocked Juggernaut out, and you said in like 2 hours you wrote the song and recorded it for Onslaught right before bed.
That's right. Yeah, those songs. I do seriously. Yeah, a quick story about what happened there. So Mike had asked me. He was doing his he did a Road Commander for Black Ops, and he wanted to do like a recap, And so when I got to know him, he said, "Hey, would you be interested in like doing custom music for this thing?" And I thought that would be would be a lot of fun. And we picked like a few different genres. Like I did some sort of hip hop kind of stuff, and then some dubsteppy sort of shit. And then he wanted me to do some, like metal, which is sort of my specialty. And so one day after work, I had just moved into the house I'm in now, and the only thing that was left at my old house was my studio. It was down in the basement. And I got there, and it was like 6 o'clock, and I needed to get home, so I had about 8 hours. And in the space of 8 hours, I basically wrote, recorded, and mixed 3 songs, and I had to play all the instruments and record them and put the whole thing together. It was the most productive musical period of my life. It was like it was crazy. And yeah, those songs are I'm really proud of them. They're really cool. I've used them, actually I think I just used one on the last video I put up on my channel, but yeah, I'm glad you like it. That was so much fun, and that's actually part of a project that I still plan on finishing and writing lyrics and actually doing vocals for and trying to finish and stuff. I'd like to get my stuff on iTunes. People have been asking me about it, but I mean, I'm getting older, I'm 37 years old, but that by no
fucking ancient, son.
Dude, well, hey, Woody's still older than me, and he will always be older than me. Always.
Unless he dies.
Yeah.
And you outlive him.
Well, then who would take over? Like, there's what, Junkyard and Ken Burton? Those guys are old,
Junkyard
right?
still at the game?
I don't even know. Is he?
I have no clue. I mean, I haven't heard of Junkyard since, like, Machinima Respawn was, like, the hot topic.
I know. That's like, I'm going back to, like, Modern Warfare 2, back in the golden days. But, yeah. And like with the Radiohead covers, the funny thing with that is, I was part of this message board. This was like probably around 2000 to 2004, and there was this Radiohead message board that I was a part of. And what would happen is people would say, "Hey, why don't you try this song?" And I would take a Radiohead song and I would change the instrumentation. So like in the case of Street Spirit, you know, that song is just guitar. And I thought, well, it might be fun to do piano instead of guitar. And so people would give me requests, and it was sort of a challenge for me to mess around with the instrumentation and do a Radiohead cover and sort of interpret it in my own way. And so I have 25 of them or something recorded that, I just sort of pulled out of the archives. I mean, I was doing stuff on 4-track back then.
Before we round this up and this talk all together, because we learned a little bit about Mr. Chaos Math there, we got to talk about Love the FAMAS. That's a video you were so proud of that just didn't get the exposure that I felt it needed.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is with YouTube is just like with anything, right? And it's not limited to YouTube. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, the community and this, and it is frustrating at times. But at the end of the day, any sort of community is based around sort of cliques and social circles and stuff like that. And, I sort of got into the game at a time where there were already established people who sort of had a lock on the musical parody thing. And, at the same time, you tweeted it out. I think Mike tweeted it out. I mean, shit, Fuzzy Otterballs put it on his channel. I mean,
I put it on my channel too.
Yeah, a lot of people went out of their way to do it. And, but at the end of the day, there's still, people who are just going to skip it over. But you know what the funniest thing about that is? I think people when I made that video, I did it because at the time it had just been nerfed, right? Because everybody now was hating, like the thing to do was to hate on the FAMAS. And if you used the FAMAS, you were a noob and you sucked and all this sort of shit. And so I ended up doing that song as sort of just to poke fun at it. And I think a lot of kids took it the wrong way, and they thought that I was sticking up for the gun, because I actually got a lot of, when I look back at the comments, people are like, oh, I can't believe you made a song about this gun, you noob. I think it was sort of misunderstood.
I can't stand kids like that.
Yeah, I think in general, it was so uncool to talk about the FAMAS that it sort of backfired on me a little bit, you know what I mean? People just looked at it and they were like, fuck the FAMAS, I don't even want to watch that shit. But, yeah, I mean, I actually made a music video out of that thing, and, I thought it was really cool, but, yeah, it definitely didn't, I thought it was going to make my channel blow up, but that was sort of early into my channel, and I got a hard lesson about how YouTube really works, where, good content at the end of the day is what really you need to concentrate on, but a lot of things have to go right in order for you to blow up or to go viral or whatever, and it doesn't always happen,
You know what I found with my channel history? The videos I spend the least amount of time on do the best.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if that's chance. I don't know if that's going through the well, but like last month I had a 300,000 view video, and I got upset and I turned the microphone on. And that was the whole idea.
Or look at the Bayonet video.
Yeah, the Bayonet video. I fucked up, and NASA One. That video was saved by NASA One, to be perfectly honest, because I didn't record it, but NASA One ripped it for me. He's like, "Here you go, man. You might want to put this up."
Yeah, right. I mean, you didn't even try to do that, and end up being one of the biggest things you ever did, right? So
it's the third largest video I've ever done, and it was just a fucking mistake.
And I've sort of fallen victim to that a lot early on in my channel, where I would spend. I mean, Love the FAMAS, I think it took me about, I'm going to say 10 to 12 hours of work to make that one video, between writing the lyrics and then learning how to play the song on all the different instruments. Because, that's the thing with me is I play drums, I play bass, I play keys, I sing, I play guitar, I do it all. So, I don't just ask somebody to give me music and write lyrics over it. I mean, I actually do every single part of the music, and then I have to record it and mix it, and then I had to do theater mode, and I mean, I put, probably 12 hours into that video, and sometimes you sort of get carried away, but I will say this, though. I mean, it certainly didn't do what I thought it could have done, but when I watch it, I'm proud of it, and it fucking makes me laugh. So it was worth it in that regard.
I understand you. The video I put the most time into flopped as well. And I know exactly which video I put the most time into. It was a Twitter Taj, and it was a review of Modern Warfare 3 when it first came out.
Oh, yeah?
I probably put 7 hours into that video, which is, for a channel that does 3 videos a day, that's astronomical.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What took so long is, I went through, I did color correction on everybody's video, which every video had, individual color correction, because people record with different devices. I tried to make it all look as similar as possible, put their name overlays in, put, the kill feed, whatever is in it, and then I basically recorded 25 minutes of commentary talking about Modern Warfare 3.
What'd you get for views?
It was like 16,000.
You must come on, what the fuck?
I'm like, come on, pimp, just click on the fucking video.
It never works out that
No,
way. Yeah,
it's like even like today, I did a video, Night of the Living Dead, and like right now it's sitting at like 1,000 likes 5 hours later.
yeah. You never know, and it's easy to get butthurt too.
It is. It's very easy, and you got to learn that it all works out in the end. Like there's never been a month that didn't work out for me so far in my career.
Yeah, and I mean, I sort of early on. I mean, I never, a lot of guys get in and are like, man, I'm gonna be a huge channel, and
you gotta take the good with the bad.
well, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I don't want that, or I never thought that was a goal for me, because I think you're not being very honest if you say that you don't want to succeed. Of course, I want to succeed. There's no point in doing it otherwise. But I sort of did. I am old enough to sort of temper my expectations, and I'm smart enough to know that you can't always predict what people are going to want to watch or what they're going to enjoy. And I mean, I could watch a video and think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen, but that doesn't mean that 10 million people are going to agree with me. Mm-hmm. So you really have to temper your expectations and just sort of have fun with it at the same time. But I mean, I sort of like my place in the community. I mean, certainly, people have heard my name, but I'm sort of I'm definitely a low-key guy, but I feel like I've got a skill set nobody else really has out there. I mean, there's some guys who do music, but they don't really do it to the level I do, and I have fun bullshitting with I made a lot of friends, and it's just fun to bullshit with people, too. I like that side of it.
I feel bad at times, because, like, I push a couple people. I push you, I push them all. And, like, I just don't have the pushing power no more. It's like,
well, I've said this before, too, is, like, I got into the game late, right? I got into YouTube halfway through Black Ops, which is very late. At that point, a lot of the people who were established and everybody has so many channels they're sub to, they don't have so much time to watch videos. I mean, it used to be back in the day, there were only 20 people who made videos, so you could sub them all. And you could actually watch them because they weren't all putting out videos every day. I remember that because I'm one of those people. I mean, I was a sub to like you and Woody and Dr. Disrespect, and there was just a handful of people that I watched, and I was able to watch everyone's videos. Now everybody's there's 10,000 channels, and so if you're not already a part of their diet, it's really hard for people to make room.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I love It's True Stew. It's one of my favorite channels.
Yeah.
On the game, but like I forget about his channel for like weeks at a time, and then I'll go back and watch like 8 videos at one time. And every time I see a video not doing well, I figured that's somebody just like me. Somebody that wants to watch my content, but they just hadn't got around to doing it.
Yeah, and it's, there's guys who do the grind, and, you really got to work the networking and do all that sort of stuff. And so if you're not already at that level, you really, really got to work it, man. It's not easy, I mean, and I'm fortunate, believe me. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I'm not crying about anything. I mean, I get more exposure than plenty of people would, but, I realize I'm not for everybody. You know what I mean?
But there's also the other side effect of shit. Shit just doesn't get seen because of all the clusterfuck. Like just before tonight, somebody goes, "You guys should do 9/11 on Chaos Theories."
Yeah, we did.
I'm like, Pimp, right. We did that 2 weeks ago, and I sent him a link to it.
Right. Plus, and then there's the fact that YouTube's fucking broken half the time, and people don't even get your videos, So
this has turned into a bitch fest on YouTube.
Wah, wah.
But Mr. Chaos Math, this is who he is. He does pretty much most of my music, and to test anything, I have a couple big name guys I actually could put out for music, but I generally choose Mr. Chaos Math over them.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I got some big motherfuckers. I got like Sage Francis.
Sage Francis.
Yeah, he's a rapper that has his own label. Like I got him. I've got
who's that other guy? Big Wax.
Big Wax, yeah, Big Wax. Yeah. But he's a little bit more sketchy at this point because I don't know which Def Jam owns some of his stuff and doesn't own other parts of his stuff. Like
did you get Sadie Boo yet?
I haven't got Sadie Boo yet. I've been trying for Sadie Boo. Motherfucking rap sumo.
Ain't
a motherfucker on this commentary know who Sadie Boo is.
I know, you need to go look it up. You know, when you never put links, you know, we say, oh, there'll be a link, but
There's no
if you're
fucking
gonna-
link. Just go look up Icy by Sadie Boo.
Icy.
Motherfucker be icy.
No,
I think we're gonna leave with that.
Yeah, have fun with that, guys.
All right, peace, man.
Talk to you later.